Okay, so I decided to do a movie review because all I do all the time is watch movies. So I watched Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters late a couple of nights ago. I think it was 3 nights ago. And overall, it was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. The violence was amazing. It was well crafted. The effects were awesome. But I have one bone to pick with it. So, I'm not going to give anything away for the people who haven't watched it. So, as long as you read the books and you basically know what Hansel and Gretel is about, it'll be fine. Um, so Hansel and Gretel were let out into the woods as children, and while they were trying to find their way back home, they stumbled upon a house made of candy. And when they were let in, it was owned by an evil witch, and she took Hansel and trapped him in a cage and kept Gretel as her housewife. And for a year, she fed Hansel nothing but candy to fatten him up so that she could cook him and eat him or sacrifice him or whatever. And they escaped. I'm not going to explain why because if you haven't watched the movie, I don't want to spoil it. And if you have watched the movie, then you know. And as they grew up, Hansel got a sickness, and he had a device clamped into his wrist. And anytime his blood got unbalanced, he had to shoot a syringe full of fast-acting medicine into his leg. So, in short terms, basically, Hansel ate so much candy, he got diabetes. And this is really realistic because if anyone ate candy for an entire year just to get fat, they'd get diabetes. It would happen. But what I don't understand is one, the device on his wrist ticks when his sugar is unbalanced, and he has to put fast-acting insulin, which in reality would be humulis R, which is what is the fast-acting. He's got like 30 seconds when the thing on his wrist starts to tick to put the medicine in his leg, or he'll pass out. It should go off before his blood sugar is so high that he passes out within 30 seconds. And it's not so fast acting that as soon as you put it in your leg, you're all better. Because he's in the middle of a fight, his wrist ticks, Gretel puts the shot in his leg, and all of a sudden, he's kicking ass again. It doesn't happen that way. You have to come down slowly. It doesn't all of a sudden just go back to balance. But the main thing is, black magic doesn't affect him. Witches' wands don't hurt him. He has superhuman speed. He has superhuman strength. He's as close to a god as you can get, and Gretel's as close to a goddess. But his one weakness is if you feed him a candy bar, he'll die? What the hell is that? How has he lived this long? How is he like 30-something and still fighting witches? I think that the witches would figure out that if you feed him candy, he'll die. Because in the middle of fighting a couple of witches, he takes an insulin shot. It should get around that he has diabetes, or as they call it, the evil sugar disease. It shouldn't be so easy to defeat someone who's like a god. So easy as to you could just give them sugar. You could throw a candy bar at him and he'd die. Oh, I'm the great black witch hunter. No, not really. If I give you chocolate milk, you'll collapse and then I'll win. It's such bullshit. Like, I understand that you want to introduce reality into the story. And realistically, if he ate candy, he would get diabetes. But if you want something to be realistic, don't make him have superhuman strength and superhuman speed and make him godlike, because someone who's a superhero doesn't have a weakness so bad as to be sugar. And it's not just sugar, because it randomly goes off after any meal, which means it's carbs, it's bread. His blood sugar is spiking after he eats pasta. It's not that hard to take the motherfucker down. It's really not. And just hide the little insulin that he keeps strapped to his arm, and you'd be fine. He would die. Like, seriously, witches are, like, superhuman, and even though the wands don't work on him, they still swipe at him, they still get a couple of hits in. How easy it would be just to grab that insulin shot. He would be too easy to defeat. It doesn't make sense. Having diabetes because of the candy makes sense. Having superhuman strength makes sense for a fictional story, but you can't put them both together. It wouldn't make sense that way. So, sorry for the long rant, and sorry if you think this is all bullshit, just stop watching. But, that's my review. It's a really good movie, but, reality and fiction shouldn't meet halfway like that. It just doesn't make sense. So, thanks for watching. Love all my viewers. Mwah. Bye.